Hello, I'm Maria Lofquist, and welcome to Excelsior.
Excelsior will shine tonight, Excelsior will shine. She'll shine in beauty bright all down the line. Won't we look keen tonight, dressed up so fine? When the sun goes down and the moon comes up, Excelsior will shine.
Beautiful. Hello, I'm Maria Lofquist, host of the show Excelsior, Forever Upward, where we explore our past, experience our present, and discover our future. Each month we'll focus on a different theme of life in Excelsior. In this episode we'll take a look at Christmas in Excelsior, featuring a special journey into one man's life, Bob Williams. A regular segment of the show is Ask the Mayor, in which you're invited to write Mayor Nick Reel with your questions or comments. Letters will be addressed by the Mayor in the following month's show. So let's begin by welcoming Excelsior's Mayor, Nick Reel. Hello Nick, thanks for being here today.
Well, thank you, Maria.
It's wonderful to have you on the show. So let's begin with a question I have regarding the word Excelsior. Where does it come from and what does it mean?
Well, I knew you were going to be asking that question, so I did a little research, and in a book that was put out by the Excelsior Lake Minnetonka Historical Society called Walking the Trails of History, there's a little segment in here that talks about Excelsior and the naming of it, and I'll just read from it for a moment here. Mm-hmm. It says, in 1853, a popular poem, Excelsior, written a few years earlier by the New England poet Longfellow, inspired the newly formed Pioneer Association. And that name was Excelsior, that was adopted for the city. And it says that it means onward and upward. So Excelsior, according to this book, became the soundest hamlet on the lake, and of course the best principal.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's where Excelsior comes from.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Now, the next question we have here says, is there a Christmas program and a Christmas tree lighting in Excelsior?
Well, there is a program, but it's not like it has been in the past. For probably the last 18 years or so, we've had programs that were held in the Excelsior Elementary School as part of the open house that the Chamber of Commerce has sponsored every year. And this year, there is a little different program, and it's going to be called the Jingle Joy Jamboree.
Wow, that's a tongue twister.
That is, and it's going to be fun. It's all part of a day-long celebration of the open house, starting at early morning with pancakes at the Oddfellows, and of course there's Santa will be there as well. There are kids movie, free kids movie, sponsored by Excelsior Fire Department, and that'll be at 9:30 in the morning. And then of course activities all day long, but from 4 to 8 o'clock is the Jingle Joy Jamboree at the corner of Water Street and 3rd. And so there will be, as part of that, there will be music, and then at 5:30 there will be a tree lighting ceremony as well. And so it's bound to be a tremendous day. And of course the shops are going to be open in Excelsior until 8 o'clock that night as well.
Oh, wonderful. That sounds really, really fun.
It's a great time.
Excellent. Now the next question is, are the downtown stores open at night for Christmas shopping this year?
Well, there's a big night for shopping during the week, which is going to be Thursday night. And it's kind of an extension of the success and the energy of the Girls Night Out program that was held all summer. And this is there will be approximately 24 shops that will be open until 8 o'clock. And there are 4 restaurants that are participating in this with specials as well. So once again, there'll be a lot of activity, great opportunity for people to have a fun evening in Excelsior on Thursday nights. Part of that will also be horse-drawn carriage rides, so you'll have an old-fashioned Christmas shopping experience in Excelsior. Now, one little extra activity that's going to be pretty special is a guys' night out.
Fabulous.
So the stores are prepped, ready to help the guys on Thursday, December 16th, and they will get special help from all the shopkeepers to find a gift for that special someone.
What a very good idea. So who removes the snow in Excelsior, and what is the cost of the removal?
Well, the city has its equipment and has a crew to do that for the most part. The cost of removing is about $8,500 for a 2-day effort, and that would be a typical snowstorm, something that would be 4 to 6 inches, something like that. And what happens is that the city watches very carefully through the internet and television, watches what that weather is going to be, when is it going to end, how is that snow going to be accumulating, and so on. And they formulate a plan and try to keep the streets open, of course, when the snow is actually falling. Once it stops, about 4 o'clock in the morning, then the crew starts, getting the equipment out onto the streets, and they actually form cornrows. If you've been out early morning, you've actually probably seen some of that occurring. They'll put the snow in the middle of the street, and then they'll bring the blowers by and put it into the trucks, and then the trucks will haul it away. So it's quite an effort, and during those long early mornings, they'll try to clean as much of the streets as they possibly can. They'll come back then the second day, and they'll actually detail out some of the dead ends on the streets and so on. So it's typically a 2-day effort. It will cost around $8,500 if you were to actually put a charge on the equipment, and it can be very expensive if we get a lot of snow.
Yes, I can imagine. And if it doesn't stop snowing, they just keep coming out each day.
Well, they keep coming, and obviously it's difficult during the day when you have cars that are parked, and particularly in the downtown, it's very difficult to try to keep the streets clean. They have to obviously keep them open for safety purposes, but then early morning they need to come back and try to clean them up and get rid of the snow.
Well, that brings us to our last question, Nick, and that's regarding the downtown sidewalks. Who's responsible for keeping the snow off of those?
Well, the individual shopkeepers do shovel their own walks, and of course that adds to a little bit of the confusion as well, because people do that at a little different times, and so that's part of the cleanup that has to occur, because people take that snow, put it back onto the street, and so the city needs to come by and make sure that that's detailed at the curbs. And of course, when you get some messy snows, it can be very difficult. People have to step over some of the snow banks and so on. So.
Now, is there a website where people can go regarding snow?
There is. The city has a new website that is rather complete. It's been great to see a lot of information on that website. And so under Public Works, you can actually go, there is a tab that will get you to the snow emergencies. And we do have a snow emergency program in Excelsior, anything over 2 inches. So the odd, even side of the streets, there's a formula that is worked out, and it's fully explained on the website.
Excellent to know. So that's excelsiorcity.com, or is it
It's CI, let me think now. It's actually ci.mn.excelsior.us.
Excellent. Okay, well that's really great. Well done, I'm impressed.
Or you can just Google it.
There you go, that'll work too. All right, well that does with our questions, so thank you very much for joining us, Nick. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, and then for all the you viewers out there, if you'd like to send your letters in, there's an email address coming across your screen right now. Send them in and we'll try to address them next month. Thank you very much, and we'll see you then. Well, now it's time to take a look at how Excelsior does Christmas. Would you care to join me, Nick?
Sure will.
Wonderful.
We kick off the holiday season in Excelsior with the Christmas Parade, a trolley ride, and the Christkindlsmarkt.
Standing by, we'll see goodbye. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is blowing and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy-up, 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 let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in the wonderland of snow.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's grand, just holding your hand.
We're going along with the song of the wintry fairies, and
Our kids are nice and rosy and softly cozy are we.
we're snuggled up together and we think of a better would be. Let's shake that rosy chorus and sing a chorus or two.
Songs employ while fields and floods,
Smoke seals and plays, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy. He rules the world with truth and grace and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness and wonders of his love and wonders of his love and wonders, wonders of his love. Deck the halls of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Jolly down the hill, fa la 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 la. To the ancient hillside carol, fa la la